Hello everyone, Dark Geyser here, welcoming you back to the latest episode in my Space Engineers Battle Cruiser survival build. I've done quite a bit of work since our last episode, so let's go ahead and start the tour. We've been doing test welding with the carpet welder, which has been working out very, very well, and as you can see, I've managed to accomplish a fair percentage of the underlying deck, as well as I have all of my plumbing. I think I got all of the plumbing done last episode, but that was quite a chore. So now we have an actual proper engine room at the front of this thing. And to be perfectly honest, we have two engine rooms. This is going to be the forward space. I'm using the new airlock mods that recently came up on the workshop because unlike the vanilla doors, which you need to have two thicknesses of armor block to make them work, you can make this airlock work with just one block. I am using the interior version of this, which is why you can see that it's glass, and that's because this is the interior portion of the ship and it's not an area that should be coming under fire. I wanted to do this under gravity because I also wanted to demonstrate my stairwell. Let me go ahead and start at the bottom. This is one of two stairwells, and this is going to be one of the primary ways that people will be getting from this section up to the main deck. So this is actually going to be a below deck sort of a situation. As I mentioned in my last video, one of the problems with vertical movement on a ship is maintaining hull integrity, maintaining atmospheric pressure. Now let me go ahead and turn my helmet light off as a demonstration of whether or not I have sufficient lighting in the stairwell. And yes, lots of stairs. And then we have our boarding ramp, which when that is closed, that maintains the hull integrity between the area below decks and this area here. And then we have interior block. This is going to be the actual floor that we're walking around on. I had debated walking around on the actual armored deck, but I wanted one more layer, and this would be a layer that's easy to repair in case anything goes wrong. So I went ahead and I put that in, and then I get to build a matching one over there on the other side. So once I get that all filled in, and I may also have, I will probably also have an access point for the engineering space in between decks. So, and that will have another airlock. So you can actually come up to this point and I'll have to have an access staircase there and so on and so forth. These blast doors are going to be covering, and it's hard to see, but I have window glass in here. This is going to be an aft viewport. Blast door engine room 1 aft. And so anyone on board ship will be afforded a wonderful view. And because this is a direct line into what is probably going to be one of my primary engineering spaces with regards to gyroscopes, I will probably have another set of blast doors outside of this one. For next time, I hope to start, I hope to have more of this welded up. And I need to actually, instead of running, I realized this last night as I was welding. I forgot I still have my gravity generator turned on. I need to, now that I know that my carpet welder is working and my process is working, I don't intend to upgrade my refinery anymore. I think this is as far as I'm going to go with it. As I said, I thought originally that this was a little over the top while I was building it the other day, but then when I realized how much stuff that I have to process every time I break down one of these small asteroids. I have a tremendous amount of material, and as I mentioned earlier in the series, I don't want to spend all my time just mining and refining. This is not a mining simulator. I want to actually build the ship. So I need to get a more strategic placement on the welding. I need to stop just welding hither and yon and figuring out where things are, and I need to start actually welding in strategic locations so that I can start putting gyroscopes in and other things that have to be distributed throughout the ship. I want those to be, like my gravity generators, I want those to be nice and even. I want them to be consistent. I want them to be nicely distributed so that I don't have to worry about catastrophic failure. One part of the ship breaking doesn't necessarily destroy everything. I also want to make very, very sure before I seal up this mid space, this engineering space, I want to make triple sure that I don't have to get in here and do anything else. I need to make sure that I don't have anything else I need to put in. I will probably, by next time, I will probably have run vertical stacks for the O2 and the ammunition. I will probably have run vertical stacks up and down, at least in framework, if not having actually welded it, just so that I can be sure they'll serve as placeholders for when I start laying in the deck and actually start welding things up. I plan on putting all of this on automatic. I want to have sensors on these ramps so that people don't have to, you don't have to worry about clicking on anything. I want to have most of the doors and ramps and elevators and so on and so forth. I want those to be as automatic as possible. If you are at all interested in how you can build airlocks on some of your ships and stations, then please visit my channel. I have tutorial videos for space engineers on several different topics, including sensors, airlocks and how to make airlocks automatic, the mirror function for those of you that happen to be building something like this in creative mode, some of the mechanics and the nuts and bolts that go on behind the game that some of the players seem to be having some trouble with. Let me go back to my little spider hole here before anything tragic happens. As always, I will be placing a link to the next episode at the end of this one so that you can follow along. If you're enjoying the series, then please go ahead and give me a like. If you're really enjoying the series and you'd like to see more, please give me a subscription. Any comments that you may have, any large projects that you have built, anything that you would like to see me demonstrate while I am doing the series, any particular part of the ship that you would like to see built next, provided that it doesn't completely screw up my plans. And of course, that is assuming that I have a plan, and I will try to get to that sooner, or possibly lay it out and then weld up a small portion of it as some sort of a demonstration, as I did with the staircase earlier today. Thank you very much for watching. This is Darkheiser signing off.